Good day to you, Libra. Welcome to your reading with Meenakshi Tarot. This is a reading for the first week of August. So, Libra, take what resonates with you and leave what does not. If any part of this reading is not resonating with you, please look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising. And for those of you that are cross-reading, welcome to this. Okay. So, as per normal, I'm just doing a general reading and we'll see where this takes us to and what is the message that Spirit has for you out there. Some interesting cards are coming up here. Some of you are going through a state of, feeling as though you have invested in things and you've been just wondering about what is going on with this time and effort that you have spent on stuff, almost as though you have like this black hole scenario. Everything that you've just invested in and everything that you've just spent so much of effort and time in and on has just disappeared sort of into this black hole, and you can't even get to see what has happened and why this has happened to you. And this can be very disturbing for many of you, especially if you have put in a lot of effort and time into these things. However, you need to always understand that even though you have put in this effort into things, that what, you made an effort and you tried. And that's what's important. You tried. It's better than, not to have not tried. And it's often that, because something didn't work out, you could be feeling as though you've lost your opportunities. Um, you didn't see something that was coming towards you. You could have been feeling very frustrated with things, with what was happening around you. But that is not as much the case as you realizing that this is more of you needing to maybe sit back, using this Queen of Swords energy that is your energy as well. It's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy saying, you know what, I just need to maybe look at things a little more clearly. Let me take a step back. Let me have a good overview of what it is that I need to see and have better focus and better direction for myself. So even though you may feel a bit disillusioned by what has happened, you may feel like you've lost out, this is all part of the learning process. And we have to look at it in a positive manner. Don't get distracted by the lack, by what you don't have, but rather look at what you can achieve with the lessons that you have learned, Libra. We see you going towards this phase of learning new things, new creativity, having this balance, this awareness, knowing that, you can move forward because you have the skills to move forward. You have the knowledge and you are still learning. Some of you could still very well be in a phase of learning, and there's always this constant need to empower oneself. So you've got also, you have this a lot of ideas, a lot of initiative, a lot of opportunities coming towards you. You could be receiving a lot of news, and you could be just at a stage, if you can just let go of the disappointment and look at it as a positive, you'll find yourself, having a whole lot more ideas coming towards you and being able to bring, the past and the present together with this wisdom, with this knowledge, and create this balance. You've got the Sagittarius temperance energy, creating this balance within yourself. Some of you may have felt a little trapped in the past, and you might still be a bit confused about things about yourself, and you might just be feeling as though you're getting so caught up in your head. Some of you could be in that state of getting caught up in drama, but there is that realization that you need to create these boundaries for yourself. You need to create almost an oasis of peace so that you can know what and which way to move forward, so that you can have a better understanding in your life, so that you can read the signs more clearly. And this is what life is. Life is, we have these experiences, we have this wisdom that we gain through our experiences, and the only way we can gain wisdom and understanding is sometimes by the failures. Your success is born, some very often is built on the failures. A lot of people, you keep trying, you keep getting up, you keep trying, eventually it would work out for you. You got this Ten of Swords energy. Some of you are feeling that it's time to move on. Some of you are feeling that it's time to change, to look towards the future for yourself and not get caught up in the past with past situations and past drama. But we also see that, you're wanting to have this new fulfillment. You're wanting to have this new beginning for yourself. What has happened in the past has happened, and what's done is done almost. That is almost your mentality. We see you've got the second layer of cards I've just shuffled. First card up is a Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups with the Five of Cups. So some of you could be finding some disappointments in family situations. You've got the Hierophant. You have got the Five of Swords in reverse. You've got the Three of Wands in reverse. Six of Wands in reverse here. Five of Wands in reverse. Strength in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. And you've got the King of Swords, your energy in reverse. So strength is Leo energy. The Hierophant, we're looking at Taurus energy. So while you are moving on to this happier situation that some of you are experiencing, some of you could, having a lot of pleasure, but there is this disappointment as well. From this disappointment that you're feeling, maybe things are not working out so well with regards to family situation, that which should otherwise be a very happy situation for many of you, but you're not feeling this joy. You're not able to express yourself in this joyful manner, and you just need to take a little bit of time out to understand, why are you feeling like this? Why are you feeling the sense of lack, or the sense of unhappiness in your situations, when you have this beautiful Ten of Cups card about fulfillment and happiness and things working out for you? So you're having this beautiful energy of love and prosperity and achieving a lot in your life, but you also seem to be caught up in a situation where some of you could just be getting so disappointed with what has not happened for you. You have this beautiful, the Emperor Hierophant in reverse, and this is generally, some of your disappointments and your missed opportunities can be coming, Libra, from the fact that you may have had a situation where you did not get all the information, where sometimes we have to be mindful that what we heard is actually what was said. And you need to think to yourself, did you miss an opportunity? Did you mess up an opportunity because you misinterpreted what was said to you? And that could very well be the truth for some of you. You know what? It's, communication is such a delicate thing that we don't realize that we can create problems for ourselves by not asking for clarity. So you need to be a bit more mindful with yourself. Have you heard all the information correctly? So take a moment to pause and rethink about the conversations that you've had with people where there has been this disconnect. Some of you could be feeling a little bit as though, you're using this Queen of Swords energy, this feminine strength energy, wondering to yourself, have you made a mistake? And you're contemplating. You need to be very mindful of who are your supporters and who are not your supporters in life, who is there for you and who will be there for you, whether things are going in your favor, or the tide seems to be turning and things are a little more difficult to navigate. So who are the people that you can rely on, Libra? Who are the people that's always there with you, even though you have gone through this situation where there has been this missed opportunity? Maybe you lied to yourself. Maybe this other person wasn't as honest, and there wasn't the complete truth that was spoken to you. So you find yourself in this situation where there is this despondency, there is this despair, but you are needing to gather yourself and actually rise above your ego and not feel too despondent about things that should have happened. There is, things, this is once again about things that should have happened that has not happened. And it's constantly you waiting and learning. You are ready for change, but there seems to be this constant delay with things that are not falling into place, things that are constantly delayed, things that are not happening for you. So some of you are dealing with a lot of delay. You could have had this project that you'd hoped to that was going to be successful, but it's not seeming to happen. Sometimes you just need to accept situations for what they are. There could have been a lot of disappointment for some of you. Some of you could be going through this. Although you're receiving all this information, this news, this communication, there is this disappointment. It's as though the things that you're waiting for are being delayed. Some of you could be just worried that somebody else could be just scheming behind your back, not being open and honest with you. Yes, this is fundamental disappointment that seems to be there. You're trying to look at the positives. You're trying to be positive about things, but there is this disappointment, maybe in yourself, or that others have failed to come to the party and failed to have kept their word in certain situations. Sometimes you could also be going through this. Very often there's this continuing with this Five of Wands in reverse, that there are things that have happened that is beyond your control. You may feel very deceived by other people. You've done your part, you've created the balance, but you are ready for the changes that are supposed to happen. However, it seems as though other people's, maybe their lack of professionalism in a work situation or in a relationship, there was a lack of honesty from your person, and this has affected you. Some of you could be in a love situation that did not work out because of a lack of communication. This could also be a project, a family situation, or something where a group activity, where there was a collective of people. And we see this, because I say that because of this Ten of Cups. It's a happy, loving environment where there has been this continuous disappointment, where things have not worked out and things have not happened the way they're supposed to have happened. Some of you are faced with a lot of disappointment. Some of you are faced with a lot of, you're feeling very disempowered with yourself, and you have to be very mindful of how you are reacting to these changes. And sometimes it could be very, and you could be trapped in your head with regards to this, because what you most probably would need to do is surrender. And that could be very difficult for many of you to do that. Sometimes you just need to surrender your situation, surrender what is happening, and allow yourself to be more comfortable with the changes that is coming towards you, with what is supposed to happen. Because if you do not allow yourself to surrender, you could be faced with a lot of obstacles, with a lot of difficulties, with a lot of unnecessary trauma and drama in your life that you don't need to otherwise face. You could also be finding yourself, with people that have, instead of, marking your territory and boundaries a little more better, you've allowed people that have a lot of self-interest, self-gain into your space. There's a lot of emotional bullying. There's a lot of people wanting things to be done in a certain way. And we find that many of you Libra people don't want to be bullied, don't want to be antagonized into situations. And some of you could be finding yourself in this place where you are becoming the bully, where you are becoming the antagonistic person because of your resistance to change. And this is what you need to remember. You need to flow with life. You need to allow change to happen. Okay, I'm going to draw some more cards for a bit more clarity here for you, Libra. A lot's going on. Seems to be a phase here, Libra, of letting go. It's a lot of you are letting go and having to redefine yourself. Knight of Swords. Yes, there's a lot of decisions that needs to be made. You've got the Knight of Swords. You have got the Nine of Swords that have come up here. You've got the Queen of Swords in reverse on the Queen of Swords. You have got the Six of Wands upright here. You've got it reverse there. You've got the Three of Cups in reverse. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. You've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You've got Judgment upright. And you got the High Priestess. So there's a lot that is going on, a lot that you may not necessarily want to deal with, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress that you are going through. Some of you are, instead of having this clarity of thought, there's a lot of, some of you could be feeling very disempowered. You could have become your own worst enemy. You could have allowed yourself to become spiteful, not just to yourself, but to others around you. And you've got to be so careful with your words, with how you are approaching things, especially as you are feeling now that you need to be rushed to make decisions. You are feeling rushed in order to achieve the things that you need to achieve. But you need to pull yourself together and pull yourself up from the disappointment that you have been feeling, Libra. You need to know that you have the knowledge, the creativity to plan better and to move towards something new. Some of you could be wanting, relationships and things that have not worked out. Some of you could have wanted to have this new relationship, this new commitment. And for some reason, You seem to be very disillusioned by what has happened. You could have focused on one person, but it's not working out. But there's this desire for commitment. I see that there's this desire for commitment from some of you. There seems to be also this collectiveness of things not working out with people where there is not this happy commitment, this happy celebration. And maybe people are not happy and supportive about the decisions that you want to make. And this is where you need to take cognizance of yourself, Libra. Look at what makes you happy. Concentrate on yourself and on your future and where it is that you need to be. There is always a balance that is required, and you have this balance because you've got this Temperance card, and you've got this Queen of Pentacles, and you've got the Five of Wands. So I'm saying here, what I'm seeing here is that the desire for you to have this balance of this gratitude, knowing what it is that you deserve in life, knowing what it is that you need to let go, knowing what it is that you have to achieve in order to move forward. You need to be very mindful that you've got the Knight of Swords and you've got the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles being in reverse. That there are these choices that need to be made, and you may be called now to actually admit defeat in certain situations and just let it go. A lot of you are most probably moving towards something from the past. There seems to be something from the past coming back into your present, Libra. Some of you are wanting something from the past to come back into your present situation in order for you to move forward. You could have a second opportunity with this. Could be a person or somebody from the past. Could be this. Some of you could have a streamer in a situation from in your present that you need to let go of, that is not working out for you. That is also because you may not have all the information at hand. You may not have opened yourself up to knowing all the truths. There's things that you still don't know, that you are not aware of, Libra, and you need to find that out for yourself. You need to find out, what is this that I am not aware of? What is it that's happening that I do not know that's going on? So there is a bit of, that you need to focus on. Some of you could be finding yourself being very attractive to a very feminine energy that that you can't let go of. So there's a strong feminine energy here. Could be an earth sign, could be an air sign that some of you are very attracted to. Air sign, we're looking at fellow Libra, looking at a Gemini, looking at also Aquarius. Pentacles, earth signs that you could be looking at is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or people could have this in their chart. You also could be looking at a Sagittarius person. You could be looking at a Taurus person as well. So let us get a bit more clarity here. Oh, and also a Leo. So some of you could also be dealing with a Leo person. So a little bit more clarity here about what is going on, what we need to know. Okay, you got the Victory in a reverse position, the Garden and the Gate in a reverse position, Deceit, Abundance, blossoming abundance in reverse, and the World in reverse. So there's a little bit of, chaos that's going on around you here, Libra. Sometimes, what you want is not always the way it's supposed to be, and you could just be not in alignment with your highest good and your highest purpose. So we need to see, what is your highest good, what is your highest purpose. Too often we get caught up with things. Sometimes, you need to realize that maybe the outcome that you wanted is not going to happen the way you wanted. So you need to maybe restructure your dreams, restructure your goals, Libra. Think about what it is that you want, what it is that you want to achieve, because, things are not happening the way you would like it to happen. So you need to just have a little bit of wisdom in how you are dealing with these situations. And, rethinking, going back to the mat, rethinking and finding this balance between your inner and outer selves is very important, because you need to have this peaceful surrender. Surrender seems to be a very important thing for you right now. You need to surrender to your situations. With the Garden in the Gate, this is very much a case of you have the choice to move on. And even your person, if you're interested in somebody else who's keeping themselves stuck behind the gate of comfort, they're quite used to where they're at, they're very comfortable with what they had, and the thing is that it just could be a sense of what they are thinking about right now. If this is about you and your person, this could be what they're thinking about. Or if this is just about you, Libra, this is about Lots of people feel that they can't be part of the material world and they want to be deeply spiritual. They don't want to get involved with things. They just want to be focused on one aspect of life. But this card is saying to me that, you need to set yourself free. That even though you want to have, pursue spiritual stuff in your life, you need to be balanced with both the outside world and the inside world. Could also be being, balanced with the material world, the physical world, and the spiritual world. So this could either be reflective of yourself, Libra, or of your person that you are interested in. This person could be very caught up in a situation where they feel they cannot be balanced, and they cannot be in a relationship because they need to create this balance. They need to create these things for themselves. You need to be very mindful that you are not lying to yourself with this deceit card. That you are not lying to yourself, that there's no deception that's going on behind curtain, so to say. You see this curtain that's hanging here, that there's no deception, that there's no duplicity, that things are not being hidden. And you got to be very mindful if you are not the person that is doing that, Libra. Are you being deceitful, or somebody deceiving you? Or is that your situation? Or is somebody not being very honest with you? Or you not being honest with yourself and with your person? Are you not being honest? It comes back to surrendering. Maybe you have taken a stance in life and you don't want to surrender. Maybe a situation requires you to soften your heart to what is happening around you, and you are quite stubborn, not wanting to do that. We have this blossoming abundance, where it's a situation really of things just not seeming to work out. It just seems to be things are not working out. That there's this deceit, there's this dishonesty, there are things not working out both in your life, could also be in your person as well, where things are not working out. Sometimes you could meet somebody. This blossoming abundance could very well mean that you are going to meet somebody who already has a ready-made family, and you're finding yourself in this situation, wanting, realizing this is not really what you want to do, because you could be in a situation where you have met somebody who has got children, and you don't want to be part of this problem, and there could be a lot of hostilities. Maybe you yourself have got children and there's hostilities in your situation because your children don't want to accept this new person in your space. You could be dealing with that. You yourself could be dealing with issues with your parents, dramas that you need to have sorted out that has not been sorted out. So you find yourself having the situation where things are not resolved, where there's a lot of, you need to sort out this emotional, the word that's coming to mind is garbage, and I'm hope it's the right word, because it is emotional garbage. It's things that are just bringing you down, that's causing problems. It's almost as though your spirit is looking for problems where there are none. You need to let this go, Libra. You need to let all of these things go. Some of you are very limited in your thinking. You've most probably put yourself in an emotional corner, and you surrounded yourself with negative vibes, and no things, negative vibes like fear and short-sightedness. You could be doubting yourself. You could be having limited thinking and not realizing that you do have the whole world open to you. You have these unlimited horizons, and you can make the changes that you need to make in order to see the success that you need to see for yourself, Libra. So you could very well be becoming your own worst enemy, or you could be having your person that is just putting up all these blockages. And maybe this is what they are reading from your energy, Libra, that you are creating this tension, you are creating these blockages, and this is what they are perceiving from you. So I'm just shuffling some cards here again for our sacred traveler. And oopsie, something fell down here. Let's see, what is this that has fallen down for you, Libra? Surrendering to the journey. So there we have that. This is very much, you need to realize that you do need to surrender to your life journey, Libra. It's not just about wanting things your own way. You really need to allow things to unfold, and you need to just allow yourself to find the joy and delight in life. And you are a wise leader. There are a lot of people that look up to you, Libra. There's a lot of people in your space that look to you for this leadership. And in order for you to be a beacon to others, you need to allow yourself to grow, to move on, to release. And growing, sometimes it is about surrendering. Surrendering what you wanted, what you thought you wanted, what you thought it should have been. And it is about, letting go of your ego thinking. And that is the hardest part sometimes for surrender for some people. So what you thought should happen, what you thought you should be, or how you should be is not the way it is, can cause a lot of hiccups for a lot of people. And therefore it's important that we realize that we need to release our control of ourselves, our situations, and our dramas, and just open your heart to joy, to love, to have some fun, be like a child again, follow your guidance, your angels. Now here's me dropping cards again. Sorry about that. Let me just reach down and pick this up. Oh gosh. Okay. So some of you needing to look at yourself as a wise leader. Oh, and what a beautiful card fell out here for you. Wow. Beautiful card that fell out for you. Your card that fell out for you as you not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your truth. And the second one that fell out was surrender to the sweetness. This is Venus energy. This is energy to enjoy life. This is such beautiful cards. I mean, really. You are not for everyone. That is amazing. It's like really embracing yourself. You must remember something. The world is full of people. And you must remember there are some people that's going to love you so passionately and so fiercely they would want to let you go. And there are people that are not going to like you at all. And that's quite okay. There's people that want to talk to you. There's people that want to listen to you. And you should attach yourself to these kinds of people. So don't waste your time trying to convince other people of your value, trying to convince other people that you are good enough for them. It's a waste of your time. You need to just embrace your uniqueness, embrace who you are. Let the world see who you are. You don't need to buy into other people's drama. If somebody don't want to accept you for who you are, there's a whole world out there. There's such a wonderful world out there of so many people. We have got so many people. We are surrounded by so many people. We don't need to force anybody to love us. Remember that. We don't need to force anybody to love us. And you need to realize with the surrender to the sweetness, it's a very sensual card if you look at it. It's a card that's highly feminine when you just look at it visually. It's about surrendering to the sweetness of life and letting that feminine energy take over, to taste the fruits of all the things that you've been working so hard to grow. Now just enjoy life, drink in life and enjoy your life. Get intoxicated by the beauty of your life. There's this wonderful sense of being, of all that you've achieved. Take a moment instead of being busy all the time doing this and doing that you just need to focus on yourself. And those of you that need to take a moment, start to rebuild where you are at. Disconnecting from the sweetness of love and life can be very painful. So take some time, walk into yourself, take a few moments in the day, be a part of yourself, start to romance yourself back to the pleasures of life, enjoying life, focusing on what really matters for you, focusing on the things that makes you happy. Doesn't matter. Remember that. And these cards literally complement each other. So you are definitely not for everyone, and you just need to focus on loving yourself. And there is that someone that loves you. Everybody has that someone. So focus on that, Libra. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Remember, as always, please subscribe, and thank you to those that have already subscribed to my channel. Take care, Libra, and I'll see you guys again next week.